What's up, guys? So the hamstring's starting to feel better, so I very slowly went up in weight to warm up with squats just to see how things would feel. And this was my last test here. This was 315 and I wanted to do a single rep just to make sure everything was going to go okay. And then I was going to go back into my normal routine that I did a couple weeks ago, bump the weight down just slightly and go from there. 315 felt good, felt easy, so we went up to 340 and we did a 5x4. And things went pretty well. I was a little nervous at first, I can't lie. I was moving a little bit slow on the first set. Just really kind of nervous about the hamstring. Even though I wasn't feeling it, you just never know what it's going to be like under a heavier load. But it went fine. I felt really good, really strong. I'll tell you what's amazing though, the repeated bout effect. If you don't know what the repeated bout effect is, it's basically your body's ability to recover from the stress that you give it. And when you squat 3 days a week like I normally do, you don't really get sore from squatting anymore because you do it so often your body gets good at recovering from it and you just don't feel as sore like you do if you would do it only one time per week. When you take 9 or 10 days off like I did, I squat once and my legs are absolutely dying now. So apparently the repeated bout effect goes away really fast too. But I'm going to jump back into my normal routine. Hopefully things will stay strong. I do have basketball today, being Wednesday, the day you guys are going to see this video, so that's what I'm really nervous about. I'm really hoping that I'm not going to pull anything in that. I'm going to be a little cautious. It's going to be kind of difficult because a big part of my offensive game is driving and getting to the basket, so those hard cuts are going to be what's dangerous. So I don't know, we'll see. I got to give it a shot though. It is playoffs, so there's no sense in resting it now. Got to give it my best. Hopefully I don't set myself back, but it does feel really good right now. Feels strong, feels like normal, so I don't have any limited range of motion, I don't have any pain doing anything. That's the good news, so hopefully it'll stick that way and I can get through basketball and everything will be okay. And I went on to bench press. This was 230 pounds for sets of 6. I did 5 sets of 6 here. And bench is going up really fast. Bench is feeling really good right now. The elbow's holding up just fine. I'm feeling strong. I'm going up in weight every single week and it's going really well. So, very pleased with that. I don't show every set of every single exercise I do. It would take way too long to give you this. It's still going to be about a 5-minute video and I'm only going to show you 3 or 4 sets of each exercise. But that's enough to give you the gist of everything. So, like I said, weight keeps going up. At some point I feel like it's just going to stall out. I'm not going to be able to keep going up in weight every single week, but so far so good. I'm literally going up every single week, not really getting anywhere near failure until maybe the last set when I'm starting to decrease my rest times a bit too. My goal is maximum strength, so I usually give myself a good 4 to 5 minutes of rest between sets, but here, notice it's been a little bit easier. I've been, dropping that rest time to about 3 minutes, if even sometimes, so by the time I get to the last set, it's a little more difficult. But strength is really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing where things go with my bench as long as I can stay healthy for once, and we'll go from there. Now, deadlifts. This is what I was extremely nervous about because there's a heavy hamstring recruitment when it comes to deadlifts. Plus I had some issues with my form that I didn't really realize until recently, and I was really bummed when I had the injury because I couldn't really work on what I wanted to work on. So I'm going to do a video later discussing the changes that I'm making and what I'm doing differently. But for now, I'm once again very slowly moving up in weight, making sure the hamstring feels okay. Went from 135 to 225, went up to 315 here, and it held on okay. Once I actually got into my actual working weight, which I decided to drop down to 405 for a 5x1 today because I just didn't want to overdo it with the hamstring injury. It went pretty well. The first couple sets of 405, I actually felt, the hamstring felt a little bit tight. It didn't hurt, I didn't feel anything bad, it just felt a little bit tight. Once I got past those first 2 sets, it felt really good and there was no issues anymore. As you can see, the weight's moving a little bit slow. I'm a little bit nervous about it. Plus, I'm working on this new form, so I'm kind of overthinking a little bit. But it went okay. It went pretty well. So very happy to be back with squats and deadlifts again. I was dying for that week and a half that I was off, but thankfully it was only a week and a half and didn't turn into something much longer because you just never know with the hamstring. They're just so easy to re-injure. I used to have constant hamstring injuries when I was younger, when I was about, I'd say about 30 years old. 2 years in a row at baseball, I just kept pulling my hamstring over and over, not letting it recover long enough, and going back out there and trying to steal bases and do everything that I used to do as leadoff hitter when I was in baseball, and I would keep re-injuring it. So hamstrings are definitely no joke. You got to be careful with them. Hopefully I can get through basketball okay on Wednesday. I'll obviously let you guys know in the future, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.